Hey, do you know that I also live streaming on Twitch? Hello guys and welcome back to my channel. I'm Aniki Wafi from Aniki TV. In today's video I'm gonna be testing recording 4K on Ryzen 3 3200G and Ryzen 5 5600G with Elgato 4K 60 Pro using OBS and also Elgato 4K software. Since I've removed my GPU from my Ryzen 3 3200G PC, so both PC are not using any GPU right now. Instead of playing games, I'm gonna be using this video recorded about a year ago. It's 4K and above 62,000 bitrate and almost 60 FPS. So my display is currently showing 4K and 60 Hz. And here's the result. Surprisingly, the result is really interesting. Even though I'm using the same setting for both software, Elgato and OBS, I was using AMD H264 SD encoder and 60,000 bitrate, and surprisingly the result is wow. The only accurate result is Ryzen 5 5600G on OBS, using OBS. The result is 4K 60 FPS 60,000 bitrate, but Ryzen 5 5600G on Elgato 4K software is only recording about 30 FPS and 63 bitrate. On Ryzen 3 OBS, it's only recording about 30 FPS but also half of the bitrate, which is really weird. And even more weird is Elgato 4K. It's only recording about 1080p 60 FPS but 94,000 bitrate, which is about 50% higher than the original bitrate that I set on Elgato 4K software. So for the video quality and the result, both Ryzen 3 is keeping a lot of frames. The Ryzen 5 5600G, the Elgato 4K also skipping a lot of frames and sometimes showing blank screen. So the Ryzen 5 5600G on OBS is showing the perfect result, which is really great. So I think if you want to get a capture card, if you are gonna be using Ryzen 3 or Ryzen 5 for a second PC for recording or for streaming, I think getting an Elgato 4K 60 Pro is not the best idea as what I did. So I really thought getting the 4K is really a good idea, which turns out to be not. Why? Because I'm using Ryzen 3 or Ryzen 5 as my streaming PC, as my second PC without GPU. I thought it's gonna be useful someday. So it's been a while since I've bought the Elgato 4K. I think it's almost a year, I guess. I don't quite remember actually. And it turns out that I'm not even using the 4K resolution. Even for streaming, I only use up to 1080p 60 FPS. Not only streaming but also recording. I'm not even using the Elgato 4K software. I only use this, what is this? OBS. Yeah, I guess that's it. Thanks for watching and see you guys whenever I post video next. Bye bye and Assalamualaikum.